there's something that we can all learn from each other. You know, we all know India and India's economy, how it has been formed, you know, day by day. We all know that right now, basically, the Indians are leading, you know, the world. You see world leaders, you know, some of them are from there, leaders who are leading different companies here and there. They're from India as well. There's something that they're doing right. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at that, there's something that they're doing right, and there's something that we ain't doing right. Okay, and we should be humble enough to understand that, to recognize that, and to try to change it. And how can we know that? We need to have conversations like this. We need to have a conversation like this to figure out, what are you guys doing right that we are not, right? Why you guys are where you are and we are not there? All right, how can we get there? Let me give you an example, man. One of my Korean friends one day was telling me this. He said, man, he was telling me this, say, Africa, you have to do better. And he said, there's a big difference between Africa and Korea. And I was like, what is that difference? I was like, you guys are colonized and us are colonized. What is the difference? And he said, you know, South Korea were colonized by, you know, Japanese. So what happened to them is that, you know, they were brutally tortured and all the stuff, but they didn't dwell there. So their goal, it was that, hey, we have to develop to be more than them. We have to beat them. That's how they can pay their revenge, right? So in 1980 something, you know, Japan was leading with Sony and different companies from Japan all over the world. Like, everywhere you see, you find Sony. Everywhere you see, you know, they were leading all over the world. But then since 20,000 and something, that's when Korea actually started to catch up. Right now, you know, Korea is right there. Like, you know, back in the days, Korea was here, Japan was there. But right now, Korea is here, Japan is here. And Japan colonized South Korea, right? But right now, if you want to talk about the best companies in the world, you ain't going to stop mentioning, you know, Korean companies like Samsung, LG, Hyundai, Kia, and so many other companies that are, you know, are doing great, are doing amazing. So he told me this, that he said the difference between us and you is that we saw that, yes, we were, you know, colonized, but we need to do better. We will be satisfied if we beat them economically. We'll be satisfied if we show them that, you guys, yes, you colonized us, you guys, you killed us, you guys, you tortured us, but this is how we are showing you. We're going to work hard, we're going to give everything we can, and we're going to surpass you. And that's what is happening right now. South Korea is right there. It's just a very small country, but imagine the country that was colonized just a couple of years back. Today, it's above the country that colonized them. So basically, if I'm talking about Africa, like my country right now, imagine if it's better economically than German or than the UK, than British, because they colonized us, right? But we cannot stop there and be like, have that mentality that, you know, these guys, it's because they colonized us and that's why, you know, we are not developed, that's why we are not there. No, those are kind of excuses. Those are just excuses. There is possibility for Africa to be better economically. There's a possibility for Africa to grow economically and to be better than any other country on this earth. There are possibilities. Do we believe that we can? Well, it doesn't just stop with believing, but also actions. And so having this kind of conversation, it helps us to figure out that, what did you guys do right that we are not doing right today? We can't keep dwelling in the past. We can't keep blaming what happened 50, 60 years ago. It happened. Yes, it happened. What are we doing right now? Where are we at right now? What are we doing to save ourselves from where we are right now? What am I doing, me, as Mika, to change what is happening right now in Africa and to make this continent, to leave this continent a little bit a better place than what I found? You know what I'm saying? And that's why these conversations are very important. Because I know, I'm saying this because I know some of you might be thinking that, you know, why you should be talking with India? Why should we be learning from India? Man, there's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of things to learn that we must do right. India is going to lead the world very soon. I'm telling you. You just wait and see. But that could be Africa as well, right? And there's a work to be done. There's a sacrifice that has to be made. There's a dedication and commitment that we all have to give. right? You can talk about our leaders, they need to do their part. You can talk about us youth, we need to be our part. And us as a people, collectively, as Africans, we need to do our part. And one of the biggest and main agenda of Swahili Nation One Africa, SNOA, is One Africa. All right, that's the first agenda that we have to do. So what can we learn from India? And you guys who are watching here, I know, I don't know everything, but you guys, you know what they're doing right. So the victimizing mentality, it never works. It will never work. And every time when you victimize yourself, it comes hand in hand with excuses. Like, this has happened because of this. This has happened because of that. Well, that can change because of you as well. That you can change that because of whatever reason that is there. You can change that. We can change that. It is possible to do it. Korea, they did it. India, they're on the way. They're doing it right now, right? The economy of India is just booming like crazy. In the time like this, that world is going through a lot of tragedies, and economy is just shaking all over the world. There's a war going on here and there, but they're still booming. They're still doing well in the midst of all of that. Why we as Africa, we can't? And this is the richest continent on earth. There's everything you can name here in Africa. Well, Indians, they see that opportunity because right now in Africa, you have African Indians. To be honest, here, if you come to my country, Tanzania, literally the economy, if all the companies and all the things, you'll find it's from Indians. They're literally the economy of this country. The same thing when you go to Kenya. The same thing when you go to so many African countries here. They're everywhere. What did they do? And why here? Because there are opportunities. Because there's money in Africa. Africa is not poor. There is money in Africa. That's why everybody wants to come to Africa to get that money. And right now you have, as I said, you have like African Indians, Indians that have been here for generations and generations, that their kids, they know better about, the country here than their own countries. They were born here, they have passport here, their kids are going here, their granddaddies, and they're everywhere. We have that. And when you see their community, how much, let's say, they develop, how much they do their work, how much they are expanding, how much they are booming in so many areas, and most of our people, we're working for them. What are they doing right that we're not doing right? What us as Africans, what can we learn from them? I really want to know that.